Everyone, welcome back. My name is Zane and today we're going to be having a look at Filecoin. Today we're going to be doing a price prediction and a price analysis on Filecoin. It's going to be really interesting, but first I must explain to you what Filecoin is. This video is not financial advice and this video should not be taken as financial advice. This video is strictly for education and entertainment. So let's try to understand what Filecoin is before we do any price prediction, okay? I want to get you guys on the same page that I am on. Filecoin is a decentralized storage network that lets anyone rent out storage spaces. In the same way anyone can buy storage space on the network, instead of having to trust only one company with the important data, it can be split up and stored in different computers around the world. That alone tells me a lot of things. You know, imagine you're using a VPN. Then when you're using a VPN, it takes your address, it takes your computer address and it puts that address into different locations around the world, so you cannot be tracked. 1 minute your location could be in China, the next minute it could be in London, next minute it could be in New York. It's randomized into 100 different locations. It's thousands of different locations. It's almost impossible to have a proper determination or guess. In other words, proof of retrievability simply means that it's almost guaranteed that you're going to get your information back whenever you request it. It's proof of retrievability, which means that you can retrieve your data upon your command in the way you specify. Now, the Filecoin infrastructure is distributed peer-to-peer network whose main purpose is to provide a new way for organization and individuals to store data around the world. Now, when people have free storage available, they can become storage miners who are essentially responsible for storing data on the Filecoin network. Clients pay Filecoin's tokens both to store and to retrieve data. So basically you'll pay a fee if you want to store your information, and you'll pay a fee whenever you want to retrieve your information. That's important. So let's get down to better things. So there's more information on Filecoin obviously, but this video is mostly about the price, and it's a price prediction video for sure, but it's also a price analysis video. Now right now Filecoin sits at $49.25. The supply on the other hand, 87.4 circulating supply. Those are 87.4 million Filecoin tokens in circulation, and it's the same amount that are in total supply. Interesting to note, Filecoin is also the 24th most popular cryptocurrency in the world by market cap, and that's huge. Just to be in the top 100 or top 50 is a huge achievement alone, but to be in the top 30, to be the 24th most popular cryptocurrency by market cap, that's a huge deal. And they do this based on their own merits. It's not just about the bull run, but it's actually that Filecoin is extremely useful to a lot of businesses, a lot of people, a lot of individuals on both sides. Individuals who want to store their information and individuals who want to earn Filecoin tokens by becoming a miner. So let's get into the price just a little bit. We're looking at a history of Filecoin token prices. Back in March 2019, the price was sitting very comfortable around $3.24. Can you believe that? That's crazy. And at its all-time high, it was at $191 US. That's huge. That's an understatement of the full potential of Filecoin. There will be a day when Filecoin obviously hits $500 and $1,000, but needless to say, it's not going to happen overnight, as we well know, but it's well on its way, and it's shown its full potential by hitting almost $200 US. That's extremely impressive, because a service like this is extremely useful in many different hands. So the main question on a lot of people's mind right now is, where will Filecoin be in the next few months? Where will it be at the end of this year? And my most important question is, where will it be in like 2 to 3 years, maybe 5 years? Like, where is it going to be in the future, in the next few years? But we're going to have a price analysis based on the next few months. So what we're looking at here is Filecoin at its all-time high. But obviously, as you can see, it's fallen down quite a lot. And it first took its big plunge around May the 19th and around May the 23rd. So what we're seeing here was a little cause for concern. And this is what a lot of attention was paid to, was this little cause for concern, because it fell down from around $190 to around $128. So that was big for a lot of people, obviously. But it didn't stay at around $128 for a long time. It was mostly hovering around $155, and then it shoot back up really quickly. This is where it swung, and this is where it really started to make a difference. And from this point, I think it was fair for a lot of people that if there wasn't any big correction, which there weren't, there was tiny correction considering the supply of this token. After that, what we saw was just a plummet. It just plummeted all the way down to around $64. $64. Can you imagine that? And this is from $164, and it just goes down to around $64. So naturally, it lost $100. Now, this was big for a lot of people. So this drove a lot of panic. Not to mention, it actually tried to stabilize around between the $60 and $70 mark. Didn't do that for long because we saw a huge investment that brought it back up to around $90, which was good. This was good in the eyes of a lot of people because a lot of people were making money. But now they wanted to sell because guess what? The rest of the market was selling. The rest of the market was going down. And these people who invested in this period of time, they understood something very clearly. The market is going down and there's really nothing that they can do about that but to sell and to make their small amount of profit. Because when the Bitcoin market is going down, a lot of other cryptocurrencies, traditionally, they tend to follow the Bitcoin trend. And this is a problem in crypto because there's very few cryptocurrencies that don't rely on Bitcoin rise to fame or popularity in order to do well. There's very few cryptocurrency that set their own trend line, that set their own prospects. Most cryptocurrency will pump when Bitcoin pump, and when Bitcoin goes down in value, some cryptocurrencies or most cryptocurrencies will follow that trend. We saw the same thing with Filecoin, but ultimately I believe this is a good thing because Filecoin hit over almost $200. So naturally you got to ask yourself, is this cryptocurrency gonna hit like $500 in the next 2 to 3 years? So naturally, this cryptocurrency is kind of like a mineable cryptocurrency. You know, you can actually earn this cryptocurrency as reward simply by being a part of the network. Simply by being a part of the network, you allow your machine to take up space by other people sending their data to you. Now, we've seen that mineable cryptocurrencies, they tend to do really well because guess what? There's a limited supply, which there is, and there's usually a low supply, which there is. This is less than 90 million. This is a very low supply, in my opinion. I think $500 in the next 2 to 3 years is an understatement. We might be looking at cryptocurrencies that could well hit $1,000, maybe $2,000 in the next 2 to 3 years. Between the time of 23rd of May going towards the 2nd of June, we're seeing a little bit of stability, just a tiny amount of stability. We clearly saw that people like it when the price was around $68, but then it started to fall, and I think this is ultimately a good thing. In fact, it fell down to around $45, $46. So I think it's going to fall a little bit more. It's probably going to dip below $40, but not to worry. It's going to rise again to above $40. I think around $40 to $50 is going to stabilize for a few weeks. However, you should expect that a cryptocurrency like this, by the end of this year, is going to have some huge highs and lows consistently for a number of months. I think if it does hit less than $30, it's going to be very temporarily because guess what? A lot of people are going to want to buy into this cryptocurrency as soon as possible, as cheaply as possible. So be mindful, it hasn't stabilized yet. So this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a cryptocurrency like this to stabilize. Now, since the 22nd of June onto where we are now, we're currently on the 14th of July. Between that time period, it has sort of stabilized between $50 and $60, and that's quite good. And that's quite good for a number of reasons. But I still want to wait a few more weeks just to see if it continues this trend line of stabilizing. If this cryptocurrency can even stabilize at around this price for around 3 weeks, maybe 4, that's extremely rare, and that's a really good sign that this cryptocurrency is clearly at a great buying price. Whenever cryptocurrencies like these stabilize, that's the time. Those are the best time to buy. And it looks like it's coming up to that time really soon. It looks like it was over the dip. It was over the major hurdles of the dip back in June, around the end of June, and now it's looked like it's trying to stabilize. And I want everyone to watch this extremely closely. You're going to see for yourself in the next week or two, if it continues around between $50 and $60, eventually it's going to shoot back up to around $75, $80, because guess what? And a lot of people will buy in at its lowest price, at its most stable price. And that's what I'm waiting on. I'm waiting on it to be a little bit more stabilized. But I think in the few months to come, we're clearly looking at a cryptocurrency that will definitely hit like $70, $80, and maybe $100 before the end of this year, which means that the price will most likely double before the end of this year, which in turn also means that the market cap will indeed also double within the next few months before the end of this year. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Subscribe to see more. Leave a like, leave a comment. $100 before the end of this year. That's my full prediction for Filecoin. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.